Okay, so is everybody in Canvas, Salmons, ELA?
Yes.
And the lesson is determining point of view, RI 6.6. That's where you are? Okay. What does RI stand for? And what is information? Non-fiction. That means it's based on the truth. So you determine an author's point of view or purpose in a text and explain how it is conveyed in the text. Who or what is an author? The person that what? That wrote the story, whatever it is that you're reading. And what's the text? The story. Okay. So if you determine something, what are you doing? If I make a determination about something, what am I doing?
Just figuring it out.
Explaining it or what?
Figuring it out.
Figuring it out. Making a decision about it. Will somebody go there and touch mine? Bring that back up. Okay. So determine an author. So you're going to make a decision about the author, who is the person that wrote it, point of view or purpose in a text, and explain how it is conveyed in the text. Now, I know everybody knows what that word convey means. To explain. To explain. So what do you think point of view is?
How you view things.
How you view things? And then what is your purpose? What does purpose mean?
Why you're there.
Why you're there. So, if I ask you, I'm going to be brave and ask y'all a question. How do you feel about school? Who answered? Who give me an answer? Kiana, how do you feel about school?
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah. It could be better.
It could be better?
A lot better.
Okay, Kiana. I'm sorry. Anaya.
The food could be better, but I like food.
The food could be better?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else left? Derwin?
I love school.
You love school? Really? I'm so glad to hear that, Derwin. I'm going to remember that. Anybody else? Tell me your real feelings about school. Esmeralda.
It's okay, I guess. Teachers are a little bit mean, but
I'm not one of those that's mean?
no.
No, thank you. So I've heard a positive and a negative. But what you just told me was your point of view. Point of view is how you feel about something. So the point of view is how the author feels about something. And the purpose, what is your reason for coming to school? To learn. So to learn, that's your purpose. That's the main purpose. And to do what?
So I can
To get an education. So when you get your education, and then where you going, Derwin, you told me earlier? To college. That's a good plan. Okay. So our objectives are to determine an author's purpose for writing informational text. And we said informational was what? Non-fiction. So that means it's based on truth. And then we determine an author's point of view. And what we just say point of view was?
How you view things.
How they feel about something. So determine an author's point of view on the topic of information in the text. And then my favorite, cite the evidence to explain how the author's point of view is conveyed in a text. Now we already said what conveyed means is what? To explain. But when we cite the evidence, what is that?
You look for it.
You look for it. And where do you look for it? In the text, what you just read. So you cite the evidence to support whatever your answer is or whatever your determination is. Did you ever read an article that tried to convince you to agree with the writer's idea? What does convince mean?
To persuade you.
To persuade you. To persuade you. So did you ever read an article that tried to convince you to agree with the writer's ideas? If so, you may have noted that certain words were chosen to appeal to your emotions. The writer may have made different choices if the text were meant to inform or entertain. For example, after all, content is shaped by the author's purpose. What we say purpose is?
Why they made it.
Why they make their main reason for doing something, or main reason for writing, and content is also shaped by the author's point of view or what? Author's point of view, what we say point of view was?
How you do things.
How they view things, how you feel about it, or feelings about a topic. The words and ideas used in a text provide important clues about an author's perspective. In the picture below, what is each judge's point of view about an athlete's performance? So can everybody see it? You should be able to see it on your Chromebooks. So with the very first one, what is the expression on his face telling you? He's happy. He's smiling. And what else is in there without him saying a word? What else is it showing you?
A 10.
He held up a 10, so he's giving that performance a perfect 10, a perfect score. Now, the judge that's sitting beside him, what's her facial expression telling us? She doesn't like it. So, and then she's giving it a what? A 2. That's like almost as lowest as she could go. Her words are saying, simply awful. Their performance was flawed by sloppy technique. So they've already completed this chart for you. But the topic is athlete's performance. And then what's the evidence? What's the evidence?
Judge 1 gives a score of 10
Smiles and uses the word what?
Perfect.
Perfect. And what does that plus sign mean?
Oh, positive.
To add, this is ELA, not math.
Oh, okay.
That's a positive sign. So in ELA is a positive sign. So that point of view is Judge 1 thought the performance was wonderful. Topic, athlete's performance. Evidence, what's the evidence of Judge 2?
Gives a score of 2 rounds, uses the word awful.
Uses the word awful. And what does that minus sign stand for?
Negative.
It's a negative. So Judge 2 thought the performance was terrible. Recognizing an author's reason for writing and feelings about a topic can help you decide, make a determination about what to do with the information. Should you treat it as a simple set of facts? Will you agree with the author, or will you develop your own opinion? To determine an author's point of view, think about the words chosen, the opinions expressed. Now, the words chosen, one says perfect, another one says awful. Those are the words chosen to express the opinions, and the details given or the details that are left out. All are valuable clues to an author's purpose and point of view. Climbing ice. Who's ever heard of ice climbing before?
Me.
You heard of ice climbing? What is ice climbing? When you climb ice.
You find ice competition.
You know what? I never heard of it before until we did this lesson. So who started us out reading? Jefferson, I saw your hand first.
Imagine vacuum
Facing.
an enormous frozen waterfall. You are at the bottom of this huge ice formation. Starting up and thinking through the steps you take to climb it. Yes, it's dangerous, and that's part of the fun.
Okay, so in this first paragraph, what have we got feelings of? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. But what's the very last phrase that he used?
Fun.
But it's fun. So what we have a what?
Negative.
We got a negative and a what? And a positive. Okay. So who will read next for me? Decide.
For adventure seekers, ice climbing offers a physical challenge to end a unique thrill. The surface of ice varies greatly from one location to another, so an ice climber must be ready for any situation that could arise during a climb. One wrong set could lead to a deadly fall, yet to enthusiasts,
Enthusiast.
the risk seems small when
can tell me what enthusiast means.
Makes us sound happy.
What?
It makes us sound happy.
Makes them sound happy. If I'm enthusiastic about something, I'm excited about it. It's something that I really want to do. But what is one phrase in there that's letting you know what? One phrase in the paragraph that Messiah just read.
That's when you know it's enthusiastic.
That's a warning. Enthusiastic is a positive. What's one major negative in that? One wrong step, and what happens? A deadly fall. Okay, who read that last paragraph? Kiana?
Speed competitions are for ice climbers who need more adventure than simply scaling a steep ice wall. These events offer the rush of danger coupled with the excitement of speed and competition.
Okay, so in that very last sentence, read that last sentence again.
Okay. These events offer a rush of danger coupled with excitement of speed and competition.
So what do you have in the same sentence?
A positive and
A positive and a negative in the same sentence. So, I think that this author doesn't know what they want to decide. But we got to complete this chart. Okay. The topic is ice climbing. And remember we said how author uses words and phrases to play on your emotions. So, the word dangerous tells us what? That's a negative.
yeah, it's not safe.
But when you see unique, thrill,
Positive.
that's a positive. That's exciting. But then when you see deadly fall, negative. So what you end up with is a positive and a negative. Second topic, ice climbing speed competitions is what? It's what? It's a rush of danger coupled with what? The excitement of speed and competition. So once again, in the same sentence, you have a what? A positive and a negative. So, for the point of view of this author, what would you say that text was about? It was what? It was fun and what?
Scary.
Fun and scary. That's a point of view. That is what you should put right in there. You could say, if you wanted to get sophisticated, you could say the pros and cons. But I think what you said is fun and scary. And you guys know I always like to find a little video that gives you an illustration so you